Hello my Canasta friends, welcome to Canasta Class Clinic. In this video we'll be discussing basics, tips, and strategies all about Canasta as we play Unreal Canasta. Our topic in this tutorial will be about questions to help you in your Canasta game making decisions. Please put any questions in the comments below, I'll be sure to answer. Type in the comments below any topics you wish to learn more about, and also type in the comments below what you would have done different during gameplay. Let's learn and grow together as Canasta players. Before we get started, I want to thank you for all your support for the Canasta Class channel. Thank you for watching these videos weekly. Please connect and support the Canasta Class channel. These are free ways that you can support the channel by hitting subscribe, giving thumbs up to the content you enjoy, sharing videos with fellow Canasta friends and family, leaving a comment about the video or what you'd like to learn more about or during gameplay. You can also share a thanks of appreciation by clicking on the thanks button and email me with any topics or questions you might have all about Canasta. Thank you for always engaging by chatting and sharing your thoughts. I love hearing from you and talking about the Canasta game we all love. It means the world to me again that you show up and watch these videos, and please let YouTube know you enjoy them by helping to support the channel. Thank you. Now let's learn and grow as Canasta players. During your game, there are many questions you can ask yourself to help you make decisions. Here are some questions you can ask that are broken down by the game sequence. As you open your hand on the deal, the first question you should ask yourself is, do I have any threes? These will be immediately placed down on the table and a replacement card taken. Following questions are about your initial opening meld. Before you start counting points to see if you meet the point requirement, check if you have a natural clean triple. In addition to asking yourself if you have a clean triple, you should evaluate your hand to see if you have this special opener of wilds, meaning do you have 5 wilds that total your required point count? You ask yourself also, do I have the makings of any of the special hands? Be sure to keep a list of special hands on your game table so you can remind yourself what are the special hands. Those two will give you high value points, and it's something to consider. Another special opener is a splash, but it's very rare. I haven't seen it very often. The clean triple, and once you've figured out if you have it or not, if you don't, just continue the game until you do. And if you have it, do you have the required point counts? I would include the clean triple and then start counting those wild cards with their pairs. Be mindful of what the point count is. What is your point count? Next question would be about opening. Should I open immediately? This is a factor based on where are my opponents? What are their required points? Are they going to open soon? Are they open? Are they going for a special hand? Once you determine the answers to those questions, maybe you decide to delay opening. Should I even delay my opening? Maybe I have a low pair and I could pick the pack. This would be a good idea to delay opening. Maybe you don't want to delay opening. Maybe that pack is only a couple of cards. Is the pack big enough to delay your opening? And what's in the pack? At the beginning of the game, again, remind yourself, what do you need to hold on to? Remember to hold 2 sevens and 2 aces. You want to control them and you want to be able to pick the pack, so hold on to those power pairs. Pairs are power, they enable you to pick the pack, and we all know that's how you win the game. Keep in mind, do I have pairs? Hold on to them, maybe I have 3 of a kind. Maybe don't meld them, hold them, and discard 1 and bait your opponents. Now once the game goes around, discarding becomes a little more difficult. Here are some questions you can ask yourself. Discarding. Maybe your team hasn't opened yet, so hold on to those pairs to enable yourself to get that clean triple. And that might even be holding on to a low pair. I know often some people discard. So you say to yourself, what pairs do I have that I possibly can make my clean triple with to be able to open? What do I need to discard? Always remember holding on to 2 sevens and 2 aces. Do I have an extra 7 or an ace to discard? Did the other team already meld aces? Can I use the ace for a discard? Often when you're deciding, you can think about, what did the player on my left discard or meld? Often I take those cards and put them to the right in my hand. Ask yourself, what did they meld? You want to block your opponents from getting the pile. Think about what they possibly still could have in their hand. Are there any dead cards, meaning closed canastas? This would be a great discard. Ask yourself, are there any melds in 5th or 6th position? They can't pick up because that would make 8 or 9 cards, and you only can have 7 for a canasta. You must meld the pair in your hand and the top card of the discard pile in order to pick the pack. So it's important to protect the pack during this stage, and those are some of the questions to ask yourself when trying to discard to your opponents. Questions to ask yourself for middle of the game. I'm sure you ask yourself, when do I meld these cards? I would suggest thinking about, am I creating a safe discard for my opponents by placing the cards in 5th position? Meaning, if I have 8s down, 4 8s, and I meld an 8, this creates 5th position. This will give my opponents an edge up by discarding all the 8s they have in their hand. You won't be able to pick them up. When should I add jokers? This is a question you should ask yourself about jokers. When my team plays, we use the rule of 5, meaning you have to have 5 of a rank down before adding jokers. Keep that concept in your head when to add jokers. Some of you might play 3. When you have 3, you can add a joker, or you can add jokers anytime. It's still good to keep in mind the rule of 5, base of 5, when to add jokers. Picking the pack. Am I able to pick the pack? Do I qualify, meaning do I have a pair? And have we placed our initial opening meld? If you haven't, you can't pick the pack. Should you even pick the pack? Are there enough cards to pick the pack? Is it dirty? Will I be able to come clean of any penalty cards in there? How many penalty cards are in the pack? Are they filled with a lot of dead cards, meaning completed canastas? Will they be a waste of cards and there'll be points deducted from my hand? Does the pack even have value to my game? Creating new melds. Should I start a new meld? Sometimes I recommend, yes, if you just pick the pack and you have 5, lay down 3 and hold 2 so that you can pick the pack again. Something else you could ask yourself is, how far along into the game are we? And where is the other team? These are things to consider when deciding if you should place new melds or use them for discards. The empty tray. Ask yourself what I can't discard on an empty tray. Remember, that's 7s, aces, dead cards, and jokers. Let's move on to the end game and going out. As we approach the turn card, you should be asking yourself, will I get 2 more turns? That is determined by asking the next question, how many 3s are left in the stockpile? You need to count the number of 3s that have been laid on the table and see the remaining 3s, because remember, when you pick a 3, you get a new card. So you might be taking a turn away from someone. Towards the end of the game, review your hand and make sure you ask yourself, do I have any penalty cards? Be mindful of where your opponents are at and your partner. Your partner might ask to go out and you're still holding an extra ace. You would have to say no, so set your hand up to make sure you have no penalty cards. Now you're determined you're going to go out. You might need to refresh yourself and ask yourself, do I meet the requirements to be able to go out? Remember, you need a minimum of 2 canastas, incomplete canastas of 7s, aces, or wilds completed before you can go out. Maybe you determine you can go out. Here's the next question. Can I get rid of all my cards? Be sure that even though you asked to go out, you realize, oh, I can't lay this other card down somewhere. So determine if you have the ability to get rid of all your cards. Be mindful of your partner again and ask the question, is my partner in the position to go out? Did she just pick the pack? Maybe she has some sevens and aces she has to get rid of. And the final question that I think is important is, what is our score? Sometimes you're ending the whole game and you're close to winning the game and you go out and then you're short by 50 points. Be mindful of what the cumulative score is to make sure that if you maybe stay in the game one more round, you can accumulate another canasta or more points by melding some cards and being able to win the whole game. These are some of the questions that you may ask yourself during your game and can change from game to game, and you might not ask all of them for yourself. It's very situational. It's about where your partner is, where your opponents are, and where your hand is. Be mindful what's happening on the table, and I always say, be in everybody else's business and know what's going on. All of my past videos, I'll have links in the description to go into more detail about each of these questions. I've covered them in several videos below in the description to get a thorough insight on each of these topics we just discussed about questions to help you in your Canasta game when making decisions. Before we play, let's talk about becoming a channel member. Take your love of Canasta to the next level by joining the Canasta Class channel. While all the content is free, you could decide to support the Canasta Class channel by becoming a channel member. There are 3 levels to choose from. Just click join on the main channel page and you could read more about them. As always, I appreciate you for supporting the channel in free ways by clicking on subscribe, giving thumbs up, sharing the video with friends, and commenting. Please consider becoming a channel member and take your love of Canasta to the next level. Also, while on the home screen, you can search dozens of videos already posted on topics of your interest or importance. If you don't find the topic, please email me at mahjongclass@yahoo.com and I'll be sure to create a video to help you with your topic, whether you're looking for basics, tips, or strategies. Let's go on and play on Real Canasta and try our hand at making decisions. On Real Canasta, we're going to play a new game. Fast mode, I am going to do 5 of a rank before I can add a wild, and invisible so we can chat. We're going to sort our cards by rank. If we had any 3s, we'd put them out. We're going to take a card for our turn. And we're looking for our clean triple. We don't have any. We're also looking for a special hand. Don't forget to ask yourself, do you have a special hand? So I have wilds to open and I have a pair of 4s. I'm going to play this so that maybe I can pick the pack. I'm going to get rid of a 9. Put out my 3. I think I'll get rid of that jack. The opponents are open, so next hand I will open to allow my partner to be able to pick the pack. Putting out my wilds. And I'm going to discard. I can do a 9, 10, 5, or queen. I have a queen. I'm going to discard it. Perfect. I got another wild. I have a pair of 8s. I can pick the pack. I'm going to put out my wild to rest assure my partner we're good. I'm going to put out my kings Nines, they have 6, that's a great discard. Tens I can discard. I'll put out my 6, I'll put out 3, I'll put out 3 4s, and I'm going to discard the 9. Now I have a pair of jacks. They have 4 cards and 5 cards. Hold on to my ace. They didn't put out aces. I could do a queen, 10, or 5s. One ace. We have our 2 canastas. Oh, I think I'm taking that pack. We're gonna get pure kings. That'll be exciting. Not a nice pure canastas. Extra king. Let's put out our jacks, put out everything we have. There's 15 cards left. Maybe I'm gonna put out those 4s. Gonna hold on to my aces and my 7s. 5s I can discard. 6s are dead, I can't. 9s are dead, I can't. 10 I can. And queens and kings are dead. Let's get rid of the queens. One 7. One ace. One 7, one ace. Not going to take it. I won't be able to get rid of the cards, all those penalty cards. I can close the 4s for another canasta and get rid of the king. That's 2 or 3 aces, 4 aces. We don't have enough. Oh, now we do. And both my partner and I were holding aces and 7s. It's okay. We had a super hand. We paid $4,750. They got $1,475. We just jumped up to $155. On to the next round. Love the fact that we got those wild cards. I sorted my cards by rank. You look for your clean triple. We do not have it. We also say, do I have any 3s? You put out your 3s, take a replacement card, and then take a card for your turn. Sort again. No clean triple. We don't need to count. Double check though that maybe you don't have a special hand or a special opener. We only have 120 points in wilds for a special opener. So we're gonna wait to open, obviously, because we don't have our clean triple for a traditional way. We're getting lots of pairs. Let's maybe get rid of a 9. There's our clean triple. Be mindful of your opening requirements. It's 155, so we have 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And we have plenty to open because we can split the wild cards. My question now is, do I delay opening? And I think I will. I do have a low pair of 6s. I'm going to discard the 8. At this point, I think I will open. I'm going to put out my kings. I'll put out my 2 queens. The joker with 2 jacks. And I'm going to discard a 10. I'm thinking they might throw me a low card. My partner picked the pack, which was perfect. Remember, it is a partnership game. You have to remember you have a partner, and it's not always yourself who has to pick the pack. By putting out the king, that's putting it in 5th position. My partner could have wilds and hasn't melded them yet. Always give your partner a turn. I'm going to put out the 8 to make a canasta. I'm going to hold my 6s. I'm going to put out the 1 queen. And actually, I'm going to discard 1 6. Jacks, aces, and 10s. I'm gonna discard the other 6s because I think there's a lot of 6s in there. And my error, I should have had the 4 and the 2 and close it. 1 ace, 1 7, the 4 and the 2 and close. And I'm going to give a 7. Good thing I didn't throw that 5. Now I can throw the 5 next. Or not. We'll see what we pick. A king is dead. I'm going to get rid of it. And I'm going to save that 5 for a discard. They have 4 5s. We have 3 5s. If I put it out, it's going to be 4 4. We're not going to get a canasta. I can't add my wild card anywhere because we have to have 5 of a rank. I'm going to discard the 5. I'm keeping my 6s for discards. I can go out, so I can put 3 6s out, and I need to ask my partner if I can go out. This is the only time you can discard a wild card. It's face down, and it can be anything. We made 2,735. They got 1,295. On to the next game. Sort your cards by rank. Remember to ask yourself questions. Do I have any 3s? Put out your 3s. Pick a card for your turn. Do I have 3 of a kind? I certainly do. Do I have enough points to open? I need 180. Remember to know what your point count is. So 120, 30, 40, 50, 60. I do not have 180. I'm going to discard a 6. There's only 3 cards in there. I'm not going to worry about it. My person on my left discarded an 8, so I'm going to discard an 8 next. Fours are dead. I could play a special hand of 4 of a kind, 3 of a kind, 3 of a kind, and 2 pairs. Although he might pick the pack, I'm going to get rid of the queen. I'm looking for a 7. Okay, I'm going to give it one more shot. Let's see, we have 120, 30, 40, 50, 60. I only have 160 points. I have to be mindful how many cards they have. Now he only has 3 cards, so I might have to... Oh, we don't have any 7s. Might have to switch my thought process here. And get rid of an ace. They only have one card and I don't want to get caught with aces and I don't have enough points to open. I have to change my thought process. I can no longer go for a special hand because they only have one card and 3 cards. They're going to go out at any minute. I don't want to get caught with penalty cards. So I have to discard one of the aces. I could possibly open, but unfortunately these 4s are closed, meaning a dead card, and you can't meld dead cards. You can use them in a special hand, but you can't meld them. So I don't have enough points to meld. I'm going to get rid of one of the aces. Just what I thought, they're going to go out. Bummer, we just never got a 7. Oh, we probably could have played aces. My partner had 2 aces. And I think there was 2 in the pack. Maybe. Oh, that's okay. We're more on an even keel now as far as score. We did get negative 505, which is okay. If I would have kept that, we would have gotten another negative 1500. So you have to be mindful of penalty cards and where the other team is. On to the next round. We're both at 180 now. Sort your cards by rank. Put out your 3s, take a new card, pick a card for your turn, sort again. Look for your clean triple or possibly any special hands or special openers. We don't have enough wild cards and we don't have a bunch of one rank. And we kind of have some pairs, but not enough. I think we're just going to open the traditional way. We need 180. These little cards aren't going to help. Pick a card for your turn. Discard. We're waiting for our 3 of a kind to start counting. 5s have been going out. My partner's not keeping 5s. My opponent just threw a 4. And I can discard this 7 also. I only want to keep 2 cards of a penalty card. Now I have 3 of a kind. Let's see if we have enough. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40. Nope. Try a jack. 8 will be next. Oh, they're loaded with 8s and low cards. Another wild, so 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Still not enough. Oh boy, we're down to the turn card. Oh, I think they just won. Bummer. Oh no, not yet. So that was good, but they got a special hand. Oh, we had, look at the wilds, 150 in wilds. He didn't have his 3 of a kind. 150, 60, 70. Oh, we had enough wilds to open, but we couldn't open. Oh, that's terrible. Yikes. We had 455 in our points negative. That was big because we had a lot of wild cards. It's okay. The game's not over yet. On to the next round. Put out your 3s, take a new card. Take a card for your turn. Sort again. Look for your clean triple. We don't have it, but we do have a lot of wilds for maybe a special opener. We have 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110. We don't have enough. Going to get rid of a low card. There's our clean triple. So we have 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110, 20, 30, 40, 55. Yikes. Oh, I think we might have to get rid of these 6s. Ah, more 6s. Oh, thankfully my partner's opening 10s, aces, and 9s, and we don't, oh, we have 10s. That would be good. Oh, and 1 9. I'm gonna hold the 10s. Maybe we can pick the pack. Kings, aces, and jacks. They have 4 aces. I'm gonna discard the ace. We only have 2. We're not gonna get a canasta. Get rid of the jack. Oh, he had them. Oh, well. I think I just gave him the game. I thought there was a bunch of jacks in the pack. A 9. Another 9. 8s, 4s. Don't want to throw the 7. He's going to have 5s. Maybe he doesn't have any more 8s, but I feel like there's 8s in there also. Yeah, I figured that. I knew he had 5s. 5s are going to become my discards. 10s, we're going to be able to close 10s now and make a pure canasta. Okay, put out my 10s, put out my 9s, close my 9s, and holding on those 2 7s. I know he has them. There's one in here, and I'm going to get rid of a 5. Yeah, that's game for them. They won this. I gave them those jacks. I thought they were all in that discard pile. I should have chosen a different discard. Ah, it was okay. Lesson learned, but I don't know if I had a good discard, because I would have discarded a 5 and he had the 5. And sometimes you're in a place where you can't discard anything. They're going to pick it. If I gave him a 7, they would have all the control of the 7s. I wanted to be in control of the 7s. It's okay. Sometimes you lose, and we had some pretty nice games and it was fun to play. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad you join me each week. And next week, we'll discuss more basics, tips, and strategies. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.